still struggling with how to do this, and I apologize, I probably should have done this a few weeks ago, where I'm gonna give you a page with the steps, and you can write it down and have the steps.
Yeah.
And tomorrow in class, I'm gonna give you a blank one of these. And Wednesday in class, I'm gonna give you a blank one. And Thursday, so that the point being, I think that if you have, it's almost like a graphic organizer for math where it helps you with the steps, okay? So at the top of your paper, and when I say top, like up here above where the notes are, I want you to write the math problem. I can't put it up as high as I'd like you to have it up because mine doesn't have.
Well, you could just like put it in the middle.
Yeah.
So really I want it like up here,
I like
okay? Because I want it up here on yours, okay? So right here, remember since we're recording, we can't use anybody's name. We're not supposed to use anybody's names, okay?
obvious.
So the first thing I need to do is find the common denominator, ideally using the LCM. Okay, Bobby, so you have fake names. Bobby,
Yes.
what do I want to use for the common denominator or the least common multiple?
For the least common multiple, you want to use 10 and 4.
So I'm going to use 10 and 4, and I can make a multiples chart.
Hi guys, I'm Bob.
So this would be 10, 20, 30, 40. This would be 4, 8, 6, 12.
20.
It's 20.
Okay? So it's 20.
I was raising my hand.
Okay, I'm sorry. So my least common multiple, the first step is I'm going to use a 20.
Hold on.
Okay? That's the first step. Yes.
For LCM, you make a limit, and therefore 10 times 4 is 40.
Okay.
So really, you stop at 30, then you go to the 4s, and
Okay.
then you get 20.
Okay. So for the next step, I want to make equivalent fractions. So those are my original fractions, okay? In the original problem. I want to make ones that would have 20 as a denominator. So my first one here, 7/10 is how many 20ths?
2.
Okay, well you're
10.
multiplying by 2, so let's go over this.
Bobby wants
Okay,
to-
Bobby, what do you want to tell me?
So basically, if you look at 10 and 20, and if you wanna divide,
We're not dividing, we're multiplying. What do you
I know.
multiply 10 by to get to 20?
20, and then 7 times 2,
Yes.
14. But what's the denominator? Always the denominator.
Okay. So here's the thing I want to say. So you know how Ms. VB says life's not fair, but
Math
is. This is what she's talking about. Whatever you do to the denominator, you also do to the numerator. Okay? So in this case, I multiplied 10 by 2 to get 20. Okay? Now I have a different problem over here.
I know.
I'm going to ask you, what do I multiply 4 by to get to 20? Do you want a multiplication chart?
Yeah.
Okay. Hold on, I have it right here.
5.
Let him have a turn. We're not saying names.
It's 5.
5. Okay,
It's 5 is
so if we multiply by 5, we do the same thing on top.
Hey,
And hold on,
can't work.
what is 3 times 5?
3 times 5 is 15. Miss.
15.
Good job.
So that,
Ones.
these are my equivalent fractions. I probably should have done it in a different color. Okay? So if you need to, take a moment and be writing these steps down. Okay? So, Bobby,
Yes.
writing these steps down because tomorrow, if you say, hey, I want the blank one, it will be helpful if you look at the prior
There's
one.
no school on.
That's right, there's no school tomorrow. If you want one on Wednesday.
I'm gonna miss you when there's no school.
I have
Thank you.
I have a tutor.
Excuse me. So you can start thinking to yourself, do I know how to find a common denominator using the LCM? Do I know how to find equivalent fractions? The equivalent fractions are where most kids will get confused, okay? I'm gonna go ahead, if you don't get this all down, I'll have time at the end to get it all down, but if people are watching this video at home, they're ready to go on. So the next step says add the whole number. So let's look back at our original problem. Our whole numbers, I think this actually was supposed to be, change it guys, there's supposed to be a 2 there in the original problem,
You almost messed up in your own video.
okay? So up at the original problem, where it says 5 7/10, plus I want you to put a 2.
Bobby would like to say something.
Okay, so hold on a second. So 5 plus 2 is 7. That's adding the whole numbers. And for the fractions, this is where I have to add 14/20 and 15/20. What is 14 plus 15?
29/20.
Not you. What is 14 plus 15?
40 plus 15?
Mhm.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so you
29.
29. Now,
What's the denominator?
you need to stop blurting. Okay, what is the issue here? What is the problem with my answer being 7 and 29/20?
It's because the top number is higher than the lower,
Right.
and I believe 20 and 29 can go into each other
So
at some point. So
20 goes into 29 how many times?
1.
Once. And how many are left over?
1/20.
20 goes into 29, one whole.
Not 1 9/20.
1 and 9/20.
But
So guys, this, let me change the color here. This became that. So I still have to add this 7.
I know.
Okay? So that was our answer.
We did it.
Okay? 8 and 9/20.
Next page.
Wait, can I say the names of the Bobs? So we got Bob.
Okay, no, you are blurting again. So no. I know that you're excited, and I know that you're happy that this is making sense, and I know you like making the video. But right now, especially because everybody can listen to us when they watch the video, we need to be really careful that we're focused, raise our focus on what we should be doing in class. So if you turn the page over, the next page is subtracting fractions. It says subtracting fractions at the top, and you're going to write, okay? Okay? Oh, I should say minus. I messed that up.
Plus or minus?
Minus. This is a subtracting fraction problem.
Okay.
Okay? So we need, now the nice thing that when Ms. VB does these is she uses sometimes the same numbers over and over again so that we've already found the common denominator for 10 and 4 on the last page. They're the same numbers. So what did we use as a common denominator here for this problem?
20.
20. It's the exact same number, so we're using 20 again. Okay? So we're going to take 7/10, and we are going to convert it to some number of 20ths. And we're going to take 3/4, and we are going to convert it to some number of 20ths. Okay. So you're going to do the first one. What am I multiplying 10 by to get to 20?
Oh,
So what do I do to the top? Multiply by what?
Oh,
And what is 7 times 2?
4 times.
14. Okay. Yes,
You're supposed to use the LCM.
No.
that's what we're using. We're using the LCM.
Not the line.
What?
Not this line.
Right, did I need to make the whole line again?
No.
Why not?
Because.
Because it was the same numbers I did over here.
Uh,
Okay. So now I'm gonna ask you, what am I multiplying 4 by to get to 20?
you're multiplying 4. You have a new E. You're
It's 5.
you're multiplying. No, 3.
4 times 3 is not 20. What am I multiplying 4 by to get to 20?
5.
5.
It's the same answer.
Yes. So what do I do at the top here?
When you go to the top, we changed the point to a 5.
We did 4 times 5 and we got 20. So what do we do to the top here? So what number's gonna go here?
What? No. 3. No. 25?
How are you getting 25? Okay. Over here with your head down in the blue t-shirt. What number would go there?
His name's Bob.
9.
How are you getting 9?
Because 14 subtract by 3 equals 9.
Okay, but that's not what we're supposed to be doing. We're just making an equivalent fraction. And it's okay, but you say you know how to do this. That's why I'm asking you to keep your head up and take notes. Yes, what goes here?
5. No, 15.
How are you getting 15?
Because 3 times 5.
Okay, can you talk in a normal voice, please?
Yeah.
Okay, yes, question?
That's what I kind of said.
That's not what you said.
Like I thought I said 15.
Nope.
Yeah.
Okay, you said 9.
I said both.
Okay, so now I've converted these to equivalent fractions. Okay? Now, regroup, borrow from a whole number if you need to. So I'm going to do 14 minus 15. What is the problem with doing 14 twentieths minus 15 twentieths? What's the problem? Why can't I do 14 twentieths minus 15 twentieths? What's the problem with that?
So now we 1/20.
Because 15 is greater than 14.
Then 15 is greater than 14. So this is where this idea of regrouping comes from.
Question,
Yes.
are we going into the negatives? Because if yes, it's awesome.
No, don't go into the negatives.
Okay.
Okay? I'll show you separately what happens if you go to the negatives. So while I'm teaching this, you're choosing to break pencils and throw pieces on them. I mean, nobody's thinking about the fact that it is real
That
easy.
thumb is broken.
Okay, is that what you should be doing?
Okay.
I agree that he found it.
Okay. So if this becomes 4, it's 4, and that other one that comes apart because we're dealing with 20ths is 20. Okay? So this becomes 4 and 34 twentieths. This is what regrouping means. When we have subtraction, just normal subtraction, and we regroup, and we borrow, and we do it in tens, that's because that's always tens. Here, it's 20s because my denominator is 20. Now I can subtract the whole numbers. What's 4 minus 2?
4 is 2. Is 2.
And what's 34 minus 15?
Huh? Oh. That will be,
So this is what we talk about regrouping here. This becomes 14, right?
that become 9,
And that becomes 2. So
So-
14 minus 5 is 9, you're right.
19.
So the answer, hold on, what did I do wrong there? Yeah, you're right, okay. 2 and 19
Twice.
okay?
That you ticket.
Yeah, I'll give you a ticket. Okay, ready for the next one?
Yeah.
Okay, so for the next one, we are going to do a multiply. Okay, and the problem you had in class today, so you're gonna write it on your multiplying paper,
Can I do this?
was 5 and 7/10. Sorry, times 3/4. I'm gonna have a few of you help me. Just hold on a second.
Wait, I'll do the whole time question.
What?
No, okay, what time question?
So the first thing, yes, is there a question?
If there was adding, I don't have to.
Okay, but it's not adding, it's
You
multiplying.
missed something.
Yeah, I see that.
Yeah,
So the first thing, because this is your
you're still
favorite thing.
missing something.
What?
The 2.
No, this one was just 5 and 7/10 times 3/4.
I see something.
Yeah, settle down.
Could you?
So how do I convert?
57.
It's yes.
So you 5 times 10
Uh-huh.
equals 50, and plus 7 equals 57.
I
So
didn't
you
say
get
that.
57 times 3/4.
So the next thing is multiplying across.
And then you get
On the bottom, 10 times 4 is pretty easy. It's 40.
Yeah.
But over here, I'm going to have to do 57 times 3.
171.
I think you could.
I'm
No.
sorry, was there a question?
You
I
can also.
said no 13.
Simplify.
Okay, so now I have to convert this back to a mixed number.
Oh,
That means 40 goes into 171. How many times do I want to guess and check it?
Oh, 4.
Okay, so 40 times 4.
11.
I'm raising my hand.
Yes? What do you want to tell me?
Just five goes into.
Yeah,
It's
Okay.
11.
hold on.
I don't know.
So what are you saying?
Just
He used to get talking. So what are you saying?
I know how much 40 can go in 171.
Yeah, how many times?
4.
4. We did that right here. Because what's 4 times 40?
4 times 40 is. What can we do?
What's 4 times 40?
I'm just
160. So when we're doing long division, we don't just put the number up here, right? We have to multiply and subtract, and how many are left over?
11.
11.
And that's a remaining.
Probably because people are blurry.
So the final answer on this one was 4 wholes and 11 40s. Okay? One more to do.
Okay, this one can I? This one I don't. Can I?
So this is 5 and 7/10 divided by 3/4. Yes.
So 5 tenths, and you keep that.
So 5 times 10 is 50 plus 7
No, times.
is, hold a second.
That was my
First, you had to convert your mixed number to an improper fraction. What do you do next?
And then you
Change the division to what?
sign into a multiply sign,
Mm-hmm.
and then flip.
And then flip it. Okay? The next step is we are multiplying across. So on the bottom, I'm going to do 10 times 3 is 30.
30.
And on the top, I'm going to do 57 times 4. Okay, now
And then you can
I need to
subtract.
turn it I'm gonna turn it back into a mixed number, which is 228 divided by 30. So what number do you want to guess? 30 times what would give me close to 228?
4.
Want to do 4?
Yeah.
Hold on. Well, that's not enough. Did you have a comment? How many times do you think, hold on, how many times do you think 30 is gonna go into 228?
How many?
How many times do you think 30 is going to go into 228?
So it goes into 228.
Mm-hmm.
11.
We want a digit between 1 and 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, or 9. What number do you want to guess or check?
9.
What?
9.
9? Okay.
5.
What's the problem with 9?
11.
Why are you splurting out still? What's the problem with 9? So I'm asking you to explain, why can we not use 9?
Higher.
It's too big. What should we use? What do you want?
7.
Okay. So one of the things I say repeatedly is look at the first 2 digits here, 22, and look at 3. That'll kind of help give you an idea. So 7 goes here. We multiply, we get 210, and we subtract. So right now, I have 7 and 18/30. Now in this case, can I simplify?
Yes.
Yes, 18 divided by 2 is 9, and 30 divided by 2 is 15. So your final answer,
Is
not your final answer, can you simplify it more? Are 9 and 15,
Yard.
9 and 15 both divisible by something? They both have a common factor of 3. Nine divided by 3 is 3. 15 divided by 3 is 5.
3/5.
So the correct answer there is 7 3/5. I know that this took a while, and I know if people are watching the video, it takes a while, but that way they can also have time to think through the problems.